Okay, so anyway, everything's done now. Got her out of there. Got it all locked up. So what I was saying was, I do have property or land or whatever you want to call it, a pasture, but I don't have that much pasture to do another cross. Well, happy, cold, frigid, sunny, beautiful Tuesday. I know y'all won't get this video till Thursday. I already let the chickens out, but I forgot to, something was in my yard. I don't know what it was. Look at this. Look at these. I almost thought they were tracks. Like Molly had been in here, but she hasn't. And they're only right here in this soft, the further out you go, there's none. It's just the soft dirt with these weeds. They grow right here along beside and the trampoline used to sit right here, sort of close to the barn. In the summertime, this hardly doesn't get any sun because of where it's sitting. And you got the crepe myrtle, you got the tallow tree, you got the big oak pecan tree, and it doesn't get a lot of sun here. And this is one of the trampolines sat here, so it would never be too hot for Levi to jump. But something has been out here. I just don't know what did this. And I looked at all the gates. All the gates are locked. So something was up here, and it just randomly made these big holes. It's just crazy looking to me. I don't know what did that. It almost looks like a hog. I'm pretty sure there wasn't a hog in my yard. And if there was, I think there'd be more rutting than just this. Anyway, I'm fixing to let the goats out. And I got to take feed out to the chickens because I had just a little bit left. I threw them out a little bit, and then I threw the rest of it to the two little ones that are stayed. I'm not even letting the two little small ones that had the mama that left them. I've got them all. You can see the white over the door, and then it's a feed sack. And then one on the other side, and then I have a feed sack on the window of the chicken coop. That's the north window. So there's no wind blowing in there on them. And then the little chicks have heat inside. So I'm not even opening that for the next week. They're just going to stay inside. They're not going to get any outside time. So I have to make sure I keep a lot of food in there. And their water is sitting right next to the heat source, so it don't freeze. But I'm having a problem. It's like a lot going on in my mind, and it's like I don't. Okay, do you see that? That post right there and that gate, I don't know if y'all can tell, that gate's broke. Okay, you know, I have problems with him, and he don't want to share food. He doesn't want anybody eating. Already, they've done a back and forth here this morning because of him. Because he runs up to get hers, and she goes over there. Then he sees her over there, so he runs over there. Then she has to come back over here. But he kicked at her. He didn't hit her. But he kicked at her a couple of days ago, yesterday, in fact. And she jumped back out of his way and fell into that. He didn't hit her. He didn't hit her. Praise God. Because I think if he had hit her, I would have taken him immediately. He would not be here. But it just is a matter of time. I worry. And Daddy told me a story back when we were kids, and I don't remember it, but they had a horse that he said he never, you know, all the time they had her, or her, I guess it was a mare. I don't remember if he said her or him, but she'd never kicked anything or anybody. But a cow, when it was feeding time this one day, a cow come walking up, and just as she put her head down to eat, he said she was real heavy with, you know, she was pregnant, real heavy pregnant. And she put her head down just to get some hay, and the horse kicked her in the face, kicked her in the head. And he said she fell over immediately and never got up, and laid there alive, but kind of just, I don't know. I hate to think about it, because I don't know what I would do. She was my baby, you know. My goats are my babies. They've all been raised on bottles, and he came, and he's not used to them, and he gets frustrated with other people, other animals around him. Now he's pretty all right now. He finally stopped moving, but earlier when I brought the hay out, he made her move about 4 times before he settled in that corner and left her alone. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay, so anyway, everything's done now. Got her out of there. Got it all locked up. So what I was saying was, I do have property or land or whatever you want to call it, a pasture, but I don't have that much pasture to do another cross fencing and keep him way off over there, where I have to go way off over there to feed him and way off over there to throw hay, you know, somewhere. And he needs to be able to move around. I don't want him in some kind of a paddock, because when I say cross fencing, there's not enough here. You know, when it was just me down here and it was just my house, I had where Buddy and Steph's house is from the road, all of that over there, all the way to that back fence that is mangly and needs to be redone. And then it came around all of this, my yard and stuff, but it came around. And then it was over there where Tony's house is and all of that, and the gate that I go into that, all of this. A horse and cow could live on this easily, and I could easily, if it was all still the way it was. But it's not. We've got houses on it now. We've got Buddy and Steph there, and Tony here. And so, you know, there's no place to say, okay, well, I was sitting in that chair. That was my chair. Okay, thank you. There's just no way to cross fence now to keep a horse. You know, people say, oh yeah, well, I don't want a horse that I have to throw the feed at. You know, 50 pounds of feed gone in 3 days because he's got no pasture, no grassland. So that's not how we work here. And I'm not a sanctuary. I did take him, and I love him, but I don't love him like I love her. I don't love him like I love Bilbo and Frodo and Pippin and Merry and Gimli, and I don't even love Baby Girl like I love them, because, see, look at that. Frodo, stay away from him. Frodo, no, baby. Anyway, so he may have to go somewhere else. I don't know if, I haven't even thought, I mean, this has just been in my mind for the last couple of days. I talked to Dad yesterday and told him what he'd done, and that's when Dad told me about the cow he had and the horse, you know, that one time. And, you know, that cow died. And the vet, Dad called the vet, and the vet came out. But Dad said, Katie, don't be pawing on me. Anyway, Dad said that cow did pass. And just as Dr. Birch was coming up at the driveway, Dad met him out there, and he said, she just passed. And he lived right there in Splendora, across the street from our church, where I dropped the church bus. I mean, we're talking less than 10 minutes. And back then, even quicker, because you didn't have the traffic and stuff you got out here now. But yeah, he said that, and Dr. Birch jumped out and grabbed a pocket knife out of his and slit her open to try to save the calf, but the calf passed too. Probably when she kicked, she started getting the lack of oxygen to the baby. Anyway, I don't want that situation to ever happen here to any of my babies. So, baby girl, I threw them out hay in the barn, and they ate on it. But when I opened the gate, they came out. Now they've eaten with Molly. Now they're trying to get over to eat with him, and he doesn't want them over there. Y'all just seen him trying to bite Frodo. Anyway, I don't know what exactly. I haven't talked to anybody else in the family. I don't know if Jake wants to take another horse with him. I know Jamie said something one time about, you know, Jamie's horses are just with horses, so that might be an option. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Would you stop? Katie. Katie. Get down. Get down. I just don't know. I've known that he's not happy when they come around to eat. That was the whole point of the stall. I mean, they needed stalls, but the whole point of why I wanted to make one open on one end and one on the other, so nobody would bother him and all that kind of stuff. But it's just too much, and the goats are just too much. Goats are just too much amongst themselves. But Molly was raised up with them. She halfway probably thinks she's a goat. I can't have her hurt. I don't want them hurt, and I sure don't want her hurt. That's just like, my heart gets worried. My heart. Love you guys. God bless y'all, and I'll see you later. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.